Welcome! In this week's More About Decor, we're going to be showing you my top 10 favorite furniture flips of 2021. Now these are not necessarily favorite in popularity because of my ratings on YouTube, but they're my personal favorites. So number 10 is the Peony Secretary. This was a commission piece, and I love the fact that the client said immediately yes when I showed her peony. Such a bright color, but I knew it could be elegant, and everybody that looked at it in the process thought, oh no, but then when they saw it when it was done, they knew I was right. Number 9 is the Cacti and Succulents Mid-Century Modern Dresser. I loved this piece when I saw it at the thrift shop. I loved the no hardware, and I knew all those little frames were going to be perfect for a little touch of this Cacti and Succulent transfer from Dixie Belle. Just a little bit of gold gilding. I think we did a good job without taking away the mid-century modern feeling of clean lines. It was popular because it sold, so that's how I know. Number 8 is the Frankenstein bench. This may not seem like a big deal, but I absolutely love this project because I used so many different pieces. There were a couple different headboards that were used in this, a bench, tongue and groove flooring, and it all just came together beautifully. It was all inspired by the colors and the tongue and groove flooring, so I love that one. Number 7, the Magnolia Armoire. This one didn't last long in the shop. The Magnolia transfer is beautiful, and I paired it with the conch color paint from Silk, and I also used the lace transfer on the inside and that little moth on the inside. Just a nice little surprise when you can open a piece of furniture and see a little surprise inside. Another way to use the Magnolia transfer, number 6, is the Magnolia writing desk. And this is painted on Palmetto, which is a chalk mineral paint color. And I used Steel Magnolia Moonshine Metallics on the legs. And I used bronze for some gilding wax. I just loved the way this piece turned out. I think it was a kind of a classic, so I was pretty happy with this one as well. Number 5 was the Sunflower Vanity. I like this one a lot too. I love painting with the silk. This one, the color was Sun-Kissed. I just love it because it's so soft. And the sunflowers, I think, were just kind of placed in cool positions on this really cool dresser. And another thing I did was create my own wax. I used the Hampton Olive with a little bit of clear wax and created my own color for distressing. And then there's a little bit of that stencil on the side and on the side of the drawers. They give it a little peekaboo touch of elegance as well. Here's another favorite of mine, the sewing cabinet upcycle. I looked at this sewing cabinet for quite a while and finally got inspired. My inspiration for this just kind of kept building in momentum as I worked on the piece. I was able to take a discarded piece of tray and put it underneath where the sewing machine used to be. I used some decoupage paper and some transfers and a lot of distressing and also some stenciling, and I think it turned out pretty cool. Number 3 was the Poppy Field Dresser. This was probably the easiest piece of furniture I ever transformed, but I love it so much. I think the reason it sold immediately, but it had a lot of condition issues as far as the texture of it, so I just went with it. Covered everything up with a transfer, and here's the texture. Oh my gosh, the top of this dresser was kind of a mess, So I just used sea spray and gave it even more chippy texture. And it just, I love the whole marriage of all the elements in it. And one of my favorites. We're getting down there. Number 2, the ballerina dresser. As soon as I saw this ballerina decoupage paper, I had it in my mind that I wanted to paint around it. So that's what I did with this dresser. Created a new frame in the front where some of the molding was missing. Put the ballerina and painted around it. And also created some of my own mousse in mixing garnet and diamond to give it a little pink touch. And for number 1, this is my favorite, the dark and mysterious dresser. Did this one for a challenge, and again, it just kind of kept going. The ideas kept flowing, and I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do in the beginning, but it turned out exactly the way it was in my mind in the beginning. I didn't picture those roses in the beginning, but that just kind of, I knew there was that part of that transfer, and I fell in love with it. An honorable mention, for our Halloween challenge, I did the Zoltar booth, and I still have it in my store, but I've never worked so hard and so long on a furniture flip before. I really wanted to keep it as a functional dresser, so there are 3 functional drawers, and it won't tell your fortune, but I really think it'll be a fun piece in someone's home theater or a bar or a restaurant. It will light up. The crystal ball lights up as well as the sconces, and I think it's a really fun piece. You can put it on a timer, and that way you don't have to get in there and change it all the time. But so this is my honorable mention, and I hope that you let me know what your top 10 is or what your favorites are in the comments. And as always, I appreciate you, and come back and visit us again soon. Join me live on Tuesdays for Tuesday Talk, and on Thursdays more about decor, and on Saturdays step by step. Thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video, how about giving it a thumbs up and also share it with your friends? If you haven't subscribed, you'll want to do that so you don't miss anything. Visit us at LaVintageDecor.company, and on Instagram we're LaVintageDecor, and on Facebook we're LaVintageDecor Altoona. Stay well.